Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. All right, today I got an email that came in from one of my regular students, Randy Wolf, and he's from Atlanta. And Randy says, Serge, as you know, I'm a visual learner. So would you please consider doing a daily video using your alignment sticks on the mat and a front and a short 18 to 20 inch alignment stick inserted to the butt end of the golf club. I would like to see this first from a rear view with you facing away from the camera. This view will show the toe line and the catcher's mitt sequence. Second, a front on view facing the camera, and a third from the side view hitting a ball into the net. I believe that if you show these three views as a visual using all of the alignment sticks, including the one inserted in the butt of the club, in the butt end of the club, it will give all of us Sergeites the proper visual alignment feedback showing the proper setup alignment, backswing down the toe line alignment and into the catcher's mitt, and finally the forward swing up to the tee mitt. Okay, fine, and that's doable, and since you asked for it, here we go. Now, this is anybody who's been to golf school. Sometimes we use these things for a putting drill that we do. It's got numbers on it. This would be at the 10-foot mark, and so this is the only short one I had. I tried putting a regular stick in there, but it was too long sticking out and I couldn't swing. So this will work. I think this will work perfectly, and I'm going to keep this point here exactly pretty much lined up with the leading edge. So this will show you the relationship of the leading edge to the ground from the butt end of the club also, okay? All right, so let me get a couple of alignment arrows out here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the takeaway down the line. All right, so this one here on the right will be our aiming line. Okay, and then this one will be the toe line parallel left. All right, so the first thing I want to do is check this out and make sure that it's somewhat in line with the camera, so you can see there won't be any kind of, try to keep the angles as close to as good as we can get it. That should be just about that. This will be just about parallel left. All right, so as we know, the catcher's mitt is right about back in here. It's somewhere up in the air because we like to lift the club up immediately up into the air. Okay, so I'm standing here. The ball will be, I'm going to use the center of the stick. There's a little hole there. So I'm standing here. The first move is to take the square of our bodies, ankles to knees to ankles. Ankles to knees is one square, knees to hips is the second square, hips to shoulders is the third square. So that's our body squares, all right? So we're going to stop by taking, I always start my backswing by the right knee, hip, and shoulder. Feels like they start turning, all right? So if my hand's here and I start turning, my hand's going to come inside. But my goal even though I try to feel like the knee, hip, and shoulder, the back knee, the right knee, hip, and shoulder for me, which is my backside to the target, is going to start the swing. I want to automatically at the same time, the triangle of from my shoulders down both arms to my hands is going to move together with that. But my goal is in my mind to feel like when this movement all here starts of my body, the goal is to feel like the toe of the club moves first, because I don't want to take off and get my body going and leave the club head. I want the club head moving instantaneously with it. All right, so I always start the feeling that the body starts turning, but at that exact moment, my goal is to move the toe of the club first. So when I move that toe first, I'm in my master setup position. The right arm is down low and quiet and below the left. Got a nice tilt to my shoulders. Toes, knees, hips, shoulders, and eyes are in line. So I start my swing. The club's coming down. It's going up into the catcher's mitt. It keeps going up as I'm turning. So by the time I get to my hands to just outside, about to outside of my body right here, the club should be parallel to the ground. All right, and the club should and the club is not toe up. We say toe up, but it's actually the leading edge should be pretty close to matching our spine. So it's still down a little bit. If it was toe up, you've actually rotated too much, and your club would be shut going up because you'd have rotated too much. All right, so it's there. Now once I reach the toe line, the shaft and left arm is in line, and I think as you can see from here, see where the club is right now, the little thing sticking up there. It's pretty much just in line with the club face. From there, it's all lift straight up to the top. Okay, so we're going to come all the way up to the top. We start our downswing. We come back in that impact. When we release in the impact, you can see this is pointing back at my belt buckle. I'm going to show you a drill about that in a minute when I get done with all of these positions. From there, we hit it, and it goes into the forward catcher's mitt, toe up. You can see that as this comes around, and then once I'm in the forward catcher's mitt, toe up, and my back arm, my right arm reaches the toe line. There's no more turn anymore. So it's like I hit the tree and I ricochet up the tree on this side, okay? And then it comes back down with this and the club face pointing at the target. All right? Let's turn this around. Let's turn this around and make this one at the target line, because now this is the target, is the aiming line, because I'm gonna do it. Square this one up for the feet. So again, face on down the line this way now. I'm in my setup. I'm going to take the club back into the catcher's mitt, toe up with a little bit of turn, moving, feeling that the toe's always moving first. Come back to here. Once I reach the toe line, it's all lift. All right, now you can see where is the shaft, and the little white thing here is pointing straight down at my toe line, correct? Boom, I start down. I come back into impact. This is pointing back at my belt buckle. I'm behind the ball. All right, and you'll see that when I do it the face on. I go into the forward catcher's mitt, toe up. Once I go in the mitt, I turn until my back arm reaches the toe line, and from there, it's straight up. So again, you can see into the forward catcher's mitt, turn to here, straight up. Pretty much you can see this is pointing at the target, recoil and relax, club face at the target. This is at the belt buckle, which is also aimed at the target. Right, my nose, my chest, my belt buckle, my right kneecap, and my right foot, my back foot, are pointing at the target with the shaft. And you can see how this is always coming back to the middle. Okay, middle meaning at my belt buckle at impact. Okay, now that's the point of release where everything crosses in the center of our body, top and bottom. Now let's take one of these lines away. We'll put this one over here, face on. Okay. I'm going to put a ball slightly in front of this center point where I'm going to have the golf club. So you got a relationship with the ball. So here I am. Whole shaft up at the left hip. Club goes into the catcher's mitt, up the toe line, gets up there. You can see how this is pointing straight down, which would be about my toe line right here, right? Because there's a parallel. I'll put this back here so you can see this is about parallel to that line. I come back down. As I come into impact, right, I'm right here. At impact, slightly behind the ball. The arms are squared up to impact. You can see this is pointing at my belt buckle. Boom, I hit the ball. Swing on up. Right arm is over the toe line. That is the upper right arm. Over the toe line, the up. In both the top of the backswing and the takeaway, at the top of the backswing, when I talk about the arm over the toe line, it's only from the shoulder to the elbow of that arm. All right, because we're swinging on an inclined plane, the elbow to the hands of the club got to be inside the toe line. But this is on the toe line in the backswing, and in the forward swing, when you see everything's in line, the whole arm's in line. But once I come up here and finish beside my head, the only thing over the line is the elbow to the shoulder. The elbow to the hand of the club have to be inside the toe line because we're swinging on an inclined plane. All right, a diagonal inclined plane, and I bring it back down, and now again at the finish, the whole arm the club would be over the toe line. Okay, so I hit it, come up, and relax at the target. So if all of that happens, and I stand here properly, I can hit this club. Whoop, and one of the reflectors came out, but it'll be okay to put back. So you see how that happens? Now, here's the drill I want to show you. Okay. This is the proof of how the club can square up every time. If you stand here, put a club directly on your belt buckle. All right? Now we know we start from here, but this is just a drill to show you how release truly happens if you swing properly. And just stretch, you don't want to put your arms all the way out, just stretch them out enough where you're going to have some room here. All right? And if you take this and you swing it properly, you're going to see what? You swing the club up, it comes back to impact every time. When it comes back to impact, what happens? The butt comes back and hits you in the belt buckle. All right? See right from here? It comes right back to your center. Your belt buckle, your belly button, okay? If you stand here and you take the club and you suck it inside and come up this way, it never comes back. If you take it outside and swing it that way, it never comes back, and you wipe out the sign. Okay? So you can see that I stand here and make a lot of swings and never hit that with the peak performance swing. As soon as I went inside and came down, I took the sign off. All right, I'm really wrecking a lot of things today here. All right, so this is a great drill to prove to you that everything always comes back to the center at impact, guaranteeing you a square release with the peak performance setup when you are lined up parallel left for a right-hander, parallel right for a left-hander. Okay, well that's a great question, a great little test for me here. Kind of broke up the set pretty bad, but I can put it all back together. And with that, we'll be ready for the next time I got another daily, have the set back to normal. And with that, we'll call it a day for today, but this is a great drill to prove to you that we always come back to impact in the peak performance golf swing, squared up to when you swing intermittent up the tree and intermittent up the tree, you'll be squared impact every time, guaranteed by your anatomical design when you swing vertical. That's it for today, and I'll be talking with you all again soon.